Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, and Kwankwaso optimistic as Inec collates final poll results. As the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) collates the final results of yesterday's presidential and National Assembly elections, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress (APC), Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, and their counterparts in the Labour Party (LP) and the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso respectively, have expressed confidence that they would emerge victorious in the presidential poll. Nigerians went to the poll yesterday to elect a new president and federal lawmakers. The election saw a good vote turnout, late arrival of materials, and alleged disenfranchisement of voters by thugs in several polling units, particularly in Lagos State. President Muhammadu Buhari voted in his country home of Douara, Katsina State, and displayed his ballot paper with a thumbprint for the APC presidential candidate, Tinubu, saying that after campaigning for the political leader in many parts of the country, he has reaffirmed his preferred successor. The Labour Party has, however, raised the alarm over reports of alleged irregularities and widespread thuggery in some key states across the country and threatened that it might not accept the outcome of the elections if the INEC failed to address some of the issues to give room for free and fair elections. This is coming as the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and Yaga Africa have alleged that violence marred yesterday's poll in several polling units across the country. President Buhari, who voted alongside his wife, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, and other family members at Ward A, Sakin Yara polling unit 003, according to a statement issued by his spokesperson, Malam Gabashel, promised that he had always supported the candidature of Tinubu and that the display of his ballot paper to the media and the public further shows his commitment to the party and its presidential candidate. I am very impressed because I have seen how the people turned up. I'm very impressed and very happy. Well, the candidate I voted for, I have already mentioned in many states in Nasarawa, Katsina, and Sokoto. All over the place, I mention my favorite candidate, Asiwaju Tinubu, and I believe my consistency will elect him 100%, Buhari explained. President Buhari advised Nigerians to ensure their voting rights were always respected. Nigerians should make sure that they are respected. That means that the candidate they want to vote for, they are allowed to vote for him, he added. Buhari also expressed concern and pity that only one female emerged as the gubernatorial candidate of the APC, Aisha Ahmed Binani, urging support for the candidate. It is a pity there is only one female candidate from Adamawa State, so the electorate should kindly follow our party, Buhari said. Asked how he felt, it was the first time since 2003 that he was not on the ballot paper. The president said, "It is very exciting. I look at those competing and some are so agitated that they didn't know that I tried 3 times and ended up in the Supreme Court 3 times. The 4th time I said God day and God sent technology, permanent voters card, so no fraudulent persons can claim anything," he stated. According to the president, the APC will win from Douara to Lagos. The president's family members and staff also voted at the polling units. Meanwhile, the 4 leading presidential candidates Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, and Kwankwaso have expressed confidence that they would emerge victorious at yesterday's polls. Atiku, who voted in his Ajia ward in Yola North local government area of Adamawa State, commended the orderly conduct of the exercise. He also commended the INEC and the security agencies. On his part, Tinubu, who voted alongside his wife Remi and other chieftains at the polling unit at Alausa Ikeja, expressed optimism that he would win the poll. Addressing reporters, he said, "Democracy is here to stay in Nigeria and that he is too confident of victory." He said the voting process is going smoothly and going well. The APC candidate said on the turnout of voters, This is expected. We need a good turnout, and that is the adoption and the commitment to democracy and the democratic process must take place. Asked how certain of victory he was, Tinubu said, "I'm too certain." The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Obi, also voted at his Amatutu Ward 2 polling unit 019 Agulu community in Aniocha local government, Anambra State. He told journalists that he was satisfied with the conduct of the Inec so far in the election and hoped that the same was happening in other places across the country. This election is very important to Nigeria, and I'm confident about victory. I have the mental capacity, energy, and drive to lead this country. We need to get things right in Nigeria. The LP presidential candidate, Obi, and his wife, Margaret, cast their votes around 11:45 a.m. Addressing reporters after he voted, Obi said the process was seamless, adding that he was confident of victory. Meanwhile, Kwankwaso has also declared that he was confident of victory at yesterday's poll. He said the huge turnout of his home supporters, without much presence of security at his Tandu 1 polling unit, was an indication that Kanu people are lovers of peace. He cast his vote at a polling unit in the Kwankwaso town of the Madobi local government area of Kano State. Meanwhile, the LP yesterday raised the alarm over reports of alleged irregularities and widespread thuggery in key states nationwide. He threatened that he might not accept the outcome of the elections. Director General of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Akin Osontokun, stated this at a press briefing in Abuja, saying that there were disturbing reports of organized violence, voting, election irregularities, and malpractices, as well as systemic disenfranchisement of voters. He said these developments were obviously causing disruptions and truncations and intensively threatening the credibility of these much awaited elections. Meanwhile, the NLC and Yaga Africa have alleged that violence marred yesterday's election in several polling units nationwide. On its part, NLC said it will hold the Inec directly responsible for all the anomalies associated with the elections, insisting that all eligible voters must be allowed to exercise their democratic right to vote for the candidate of their choice. Anything short of this will be unacceptable to Nigerian workers, it said.